Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf with Bill and Dave, the movie talk show where each week one of us takes a movie off our shelf, presents it to the other, and discusses it at length. This week we've got coming off of my shelf, 1991's The Silence of the Lambs, directed by Jonathan Demme, starring Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins.
A slew of others.
Absolutely. Scott Glenn. We get really into talk about Scott Glenn.
Absolutely.
Let the moment go past. Here we are, David. We're back on the couch. How are you? How are things? And what are your instinctive thoughts on this movie? Had you seen it before? Talk to me.
I think you know the answer to that. I am doing very well, though, Phil.
Very well.
Very well.
Tell me more.
Had a nap. I'm refreshed.
All right.
Got my coffee.
Your energy's high. I want to be clear. You're coming in pretty hot.
I have to step it up for your movies. I got to compensate.
Sure. They're coming in at a negative 0.5,
Yeah,
right? So.
these boring Oscar movies.
That's right.
We've been bringing off a lot of hits lately. But yes, Philip, I am well, and I have not seen the movie, but I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
I think I can justify this one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
1991, I'm 13.
Yes. Well, yes.
Check it. Do the math.
Yeah.
I'm not permitted. I come from a family that respects the law, most importantly, still
Okay.
do. It would be 5 years before I can legally watch it.
Okay.
Okay. By then, the hype is kind of come
Old
and
news.
gone. It's a movie that you do hear about, though, because it did win many awards. And
The Big Five.
And it was known to be very visceral.
Oh, yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
And the reason why I continued to not watch it, I wasn't like purposely avoiding it necessarily, but it was in a genre that I wasn't really into.
Okay.
So that was it. So I just never really got to it. I didn't know exactly what it was about, but I got the impression that it was very graphic.
Okay.
Now, that's 91, and what is graphic in 91 may not seem as graphic now, which we can certainly touch on.
Mm-hmm.
For you, being someone that had probably seen it. Let me guess the year that you saw it. You're a year younger than me, so I'm going to say you saw it in 93.
92.
You sickie.
Yeah. It would have been...
Late 92?
Well, whenever it came out on video. So I don't know the exact date, but
Yeah, back then
if
it
it
was
came out in
about
91,
8 months after
probably the
release.
fall for
Yeah.
Oscar talk. My family we didn't have any of those types of restrictions as you're describing, and they were all movie people. So this was the big Oscar winner. We watch the Oscars every year, so it wins the Big Five, much like the Cuckoo's Nest movie that we talked about just a couple of weeks ago. So
Yep.
it's in that echelon, that pantheon, and so if it was on video, we came home and we watched it. It was plain and simple.
And it is part of that unique group of the five.
Yeah, only
right?
three. It was the last one that's done it.
So and this is the second one that you've brought off.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of single hits lately, with Shawshank last week and Cuckoo.
Yeah,
Those
we
are
had done
three
some.
big hits.
We kind of overwhelmed perhaps on the sequel talk, so we
Yeah.
stepped back just a little bit.
I'd say so. We took a wide turn.
What I want to ask you, however, since you were talking about the genre, if you will, now having seen it, would you put it in the horror category? Because it's often lauded as sort of the horror movie that won the Oscar,
Yeah.
or would you put it in the sort of more crime, procedural, thriller kind of vibe?
Very good question, Philip, and I'll answer it here right now. I would say, watching it in 2025, I would say it's a psychological thriller.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's funny in the fact that I actually kind of like psychological thrillers.
Oh,
So this movie eventually got into a category
sure.
with age
Yes.
that I kind of like.
Would you didn't care for it back in the day?
I don't think
there was no one talking out of their asshole in this one. So I know that's where
true, which is my only known reference of this
that's
movie.
your sweet spot.
Which is funny because in Ace Ventura, he says, "Hello, Clarice," right? That's Ace's line. Sorry, Cable Guy, my mistake.
Yeah.
You can see where I made the error there. But Jim Carrey nonetheless.
Yes.
And I think it's a Star Wars situation because I don't know if he ever actually says hello. He says good evening and goodbye, but I don't know if he actually ever says hello, Clarice.
If Lecter.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In the actual movie.
All right.
So it might be I am your father kind of thing.
Sure, yes.
But we'll dive into that later. Not now. I want to get back to what you said about me liking psychological thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little bit picky, though.
Sure, you want them
good.
monk-like.
Well, I really latch on to Clues, which is ironic because I never grew up watching Blue's Clues. So I don't know where this affinity for
Clues
came from. I did enjoy the board game Clue.
Okay, yeah.
I love to be Mr. Green, obviously. I don't need to explain that to you. So I feel like this movie would fall into that now, but I do not like something that's incredibly graphic. Like, you know that, I know that.
Sure.
That's never going to change, but I want to hear from you about how it felt to watch a movie like this at a ripe age of 13. Were we not really desensitized at that point, maybe, from seeing all those things on film and how they, show the pictures of it, and obviously we have the body in the morgue at one point.
Yeah, that's great.
And I assume you've watched this movie like in between.
Oh, of course.
So it's not 13 and then waited till you're over 40 to watch it again.
No, I mean, but it isn't one I watch like frequently. I would say almost maybe
5 years?
Over that.
Okay.
But I was a fan of the slasher films that we've watched, many of them. By the time I was 10, 11 already.
You already had a taste.
Yeah. And so, Nightmare 4 coming out in 88, I probably saw that in 89, 90.
So this is nothing to you.
So, in fact, I would put this in like not at all graphic. Even watching it now, there's a lot less viscosity, as you say, in like the visceral nature of it. I don't really see a lot of it. The reveal of the autopsy was jarring. Like, that was like, oh, that's
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
now you're like eating chips while you're watching it.
Exactly. That means nothing. And then the moth in the throat, which is just more of a
that's cool,
but it's gross, like contextually, not itself being gross.
Mm-hmm.
I found this very tame even back then, which is why I found it strange that it would be sort of heralded in all these years as a horror movie, the first horror movie to win. Frankly, almost any Oscar, let alone Best Picture.
It was well marketed.
Of course,
it was well marketed.
It's a brilliant movie, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
easy, buddy. There's some things wrong, but it's pretty decent. My initial thought is it's a decent movie. By the way, decent.
Yeah, Best Picture, Big Five, and you get decent.
I've given myself. I know you're not supposed to give yourself your own nickname, like T-Bone.
Sure,
which there's something there to connect that later. But I'm gonna coin myself the humbler.
Okay.
Where I humble these movies, like Rocky, like Cuckoo,
French Connection.
Yeah, all these
Best Picture
classics
winners.
and greats that have won Oscars that came out 10, 20, 30, whatever years ago. Watching them now, it's like, it's pretty good, but maybe doesn't hold up the test of time of really being that good after, looking at it myself. The humbler.
The humbler. Yeah. All right. I thought I have the idiot is really what I.
Well,
but the humbler sounds better. Rolls off the tongue a little easier.
I workshopped that a little bit, and people seem to enjoy it too much.
Yeah, they latched on real quick to that one. But, that's fair.
But Philip, I myself am not too familiar with Demme.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Demme.
He, I believe, did Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is follow up.
I tried watching that once, and I found it very boring. But I want to go back to it because I did attempt to watch that much younger.
Sure.
I think in my 20s, and I didn't have any, let's say, patience back then.
Sure.
I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
So I think I would like to revisit that one because it's a great movie.
Was your masculinity threatened?
Every day.
A little bit in that?
Actually, yeah.
That's one of the things they say why he made that movie after this, was that there was some pushback from the transgender and like the LGBTQ communities around the portrayal of Buffalo Bill and his transvestite, all of these sort of terminologies, that he felt that he wanted to make amends with that community and found Philadelphia as a way to acknowledge and to sort of pay homosexuality with a level of respect to a certain extent. And
I think you got it right. Tom Hanks is the right man for the job.
Yeah.
I did have that soundtrack.
It's a good soundtrack.
It is.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, first of 2 Oscars.
There you go.
But this is Jonathan Demme's first Oscar win for Best Director. He's got a great career. His nephew, by the way, I just want to call out old Ted Demme. He directed The Ref and Beautiful Girls.
With Leary?
Yeah. And the movie Blow with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I noticed I didn't see a lot of his stuff. I did notice he worked with JT.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2016, and he's done some music stuff.
Yeah, he directed the Talking Heads movie, Stop Making Sense, one of the sort of early kind of genre-defining concert films. Yeah, he made Rachel Getting Married, which is really great. He made Married to the Mob, which is really great. Something Wild, which is really great. He did a remake of The Manchurian Candidate, which is pretty good.
With Denzel?
Denzel
Yeah, I
and
saw
Liev
that.
Schreiber.
Yep.
So not batting 1,000, as it were, but the stuff he did well, he did really well.
Okay.
And contrary, in fact, to the writer, who did win an Academy Award as well for Best Screenplay, Best Adapted Screenplay, of course, Ted Talley.
Oh, Ted Talley. Talk to me about Ted Talley.
There's nothing to talk about.
Okay.
This guy wins the Oscar for this movie.
And then retires.
And it's like a brilliantly written. It's really great.
It's definitely written.
And then he writes garbage. He writes the movie called The Juror.
Hey, now.
Which is trash. He's just nothing good after this. And it's very shocking to me how little he produces.
Maybe, I mean,
and nothing good.
It's possible, but maybe this movie wasn't as well written as it's perceived to be.
I think no, it's definitely as good as it. Okay. I guess we'll have some conversations coming up. But he just ended up not making anything interesting after this. All the Pretty Horses is a disaster of a movie.
And they weren't that pretty, those horses.
So it's fascinating to me when that happens, that you sort of think, oh, this guy's going to be something, and it's not at all.
Well, Philip, I think you know what time it is. It's time to share good old faithful's synopsis for those who may not have heard of the movie. Would you please share?
Well, here it comes, David, and this one's a real good one. A young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulative cannibal killer to help catch another serial killer, a madman who skins his victims.
For those who don't know, that took Phil 3 tries. I've removed 2 of them. Sounds great.
Yeah, clear.
And I think that's very clear to what this movie's about.
It tells the whole story. Let's get into the movie. And this one
Of course.
Starts presumably in Langley.
Yeah, okay.
At the farm.
It's in a forest. That's all I know at this point. That's
Sure.
all I know right at the beginning.
I understand. But we've seen the movie. So
I thought it was just like going out for a jog with an FBI sweatshirt.
Yeah. So that's why I think maybe Langley, maybe the farm.
The farm, yes. We saw Al Pacino.
Scary judge of talent.
Much like Crawford, perhaps.
Yep. So we get the titles over this exercise, and we get a sense as to who our lead character is. It doesn't leave a lot of confusion about that. The camera's focused on her throughout, and we get these titles. What are your thoughts on the score? Howard Shore did the score.
Are you talking about like right now or overall?
Let's talk overall.
Overall, Philip, it didn't stand out for me, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes it just runs really parallel, like with the story and with the movie, that you may not really notice it. And upon like reading sort of some reviews, what other people thought, I did a little bit of research, and when it comes to the soundtrack specifically, I got a little bit of both. People thought it was one of the best parts of the movie. Okay. And then others said it was a shitty soundtrack.
Yeah, it didn't win. It wasn't even nominated for the Academy Award that year. Honestly, I don't like it that much.
Hold on here. We're only 10, 15 minutes into this episode, and you said something negative about it.
Oh, totally. I am the most honest person on this podcast.
I think that's a lie. No, not that you don't do that, but it's just usually not this quick. Usually
no, we're talking about something I don't love. You know,
right.
If we had waited 25 minutes, it would have been a little deeper in the episode. But
well, I do appreciate your honesty, though. Let me get that out there.
It's because it's right away, and right away I don't like it. Right, like I don't think the opening title score is anything really of interest. It's a little overbearing at times, and that's where I most notice it and most dislike it. And so even if it continues to get better throughout, or I don't notice it as jarringly or so forth,
wrong foot.
It's the introduction of it, and it's your sort of main theme, if you can call it that, and it just doesn't do anything for me. So
you're out.
Basically.
How do you feel about the big credits?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Very 90s, I think.
Very 90s, I guess. I've talked about my love of a title sequence.
Of course,
and building in story into the credits, like the movie has started. And
like
The
Recruit.
Attention. Absolutely. One of the best parts about that movie.
Well, yeah.
However, this didn't have that at all. It was just big titles.
Big clunky titles.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not my favorite. It's not enough, certainly, to take me out of the movie or anything, but it is a little like, oh, I don't remember that when I think back on this movie.
Have you ever climbed a cargo net? That's what I want to know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. School gyms and play structures. Absolutely.
Yeah. This is in my world right now. I'm doing a lot of working out. I'm on a program.
Okay.
Lost a little bit of weight already. You didn't notice?
No.
I'm not good at that. I was over at a friend's place, and he had lost probably about 30, 40 pounds since I last saw him. I don't notice these things.
Wow.
Yeah. He's always been husky to me.
Sure.
He's never been fat. He's just been husky.
Sure.
And so he's just...
Well, I mean, if he's 280 and he loses 30, it's not really as evident as if you're 180 and you're down to 150.
Yeah, that's true. He's 320 coming in at 290 now.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not something. I mean, you probably lost, what, 3 pounds? It's really tough to see that.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for not noticing.
I don't believe it even exists. But yeah, obviously, it's a different story when you're dealing with those kind of weights.
But the point is, I've been sweating a lot lately.
Okay. Yeah, and cargo nets are to blame.
No, I don't do the cargo net. I do a lot of other stuff.
Okay. So you brought it up.
I want to know if you... I look at you, and I see a guy who may have tackled a cargo net.
All right. We want to open that wound.
Terrible experience you had there.
My childhood. Silence. What are your thoughts on sort of her introduction? She's getting called into Crawford's office. She doesn't know why. What do we see? How does that scene kind of play out for you?
One thing I noticed were the looks she was getting.
Yeah.
Not incredibly subtle. They were there for us to see. But what really stood out for me, and if you're on your phone, you would have noticed this.
Yeah.
Is she gets into the elevator and she's surrounded by not just men, but tall men.
Yep.
It stands out. And like we talked about in Cuckoo, if you're not paying attention, that whole theme, because it is a theme in this movie. Now, you may have got it later.
Sure.
This is not the only opportunity where it shows it, but this is a big part of it and really gets the ball rolling with that she's in a world with a lot of men.
Totally.
And she's the underdog. I wrote down underdog.
Sure. She's in over her head, obviously, as well, right?
And she's just a trainee. She's a Padawan learner, if you will.
I won't.
And Crawford's, I guess, like the big dog.
Yes. I think it's so telling, and it's a really good point you bring up. The visual language of storytelling and movies is something that is being lost, and it's a great example.
And I did like I don't know if it was like a dolly or like a steady cam, but I liked the looseness a little bit of the shot. And ultimately, of course, this leads Foster's character, Clarice Starling, I believe, if I'm saying that correctly, into Crawford's office, where we get the first sort of talk around a gentleman named, well, two people, Buffalo Bill and Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
I do want to make one quick funny note on Hannibal Lecter, the name.
Okay.
I always thought it was a thing, not an actual proper name.
You thought Hannibal was
like Hannibal Lecter was a person who eats people.
Gotcha.
He is.
He
but I thought there's more Hannibal Lecters. Like, you are a Hannibal Lecter because you eat people.
Okay. I see what you mean. It's like a personality trait rather than
exactly.
a name.
Now, if your name is Hannibal, and the only other one I know is of the A-Team.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But if your name
Hannibal Buress as well
is Hannibal, do you think that has any play into becoming a cannibal because it rhymes? Like, okay, well, it looks like I was put on this earth to eat people because I was named,
Sure. I mean, if you think back to our Magnolia episode, right? Denise,
I try not to.
Denise the Piece. So you think maybe if your name is Denise, you have to be a piece? I think that's interesting.
I don't know.
Worth investigating how many Hannibals out there are cannibals.
I think you can tell that that's a book thing. Like, that's just a good name to be in a
clever
book.
play. Yeah. Rhyming scheme, so forth.
But tell me what your thoughts on maybe, I don't know, if you can remember the first time watching it or watching it now, your sense of this introduction to these characters.
What I love about that in this movie and in many others that sort of implement or employ this particular trick is the talking about the thing before we get to see the thing.
Yes.
Whether it's the shark in Jaws, bite radius is this big.
Yeah. Talking it up.
The victim has this and that and has experienced this, right? You're in a feeling of what could have done this, right? And so when we're hearing Crawford talk about how sort of terrible this Hannibal guy is.
He's not great.
He keeps saying things like, just be very careful. He's very dangerous. Don't tell him anything personal.
Yeah, don't get him inside your head.
Don't get him inside your head. He's a monster, right? So, like, that is the FBI perception of who he is. And And that paints a picture for sure.
It's a picture painting situation, which I do like, I think, in movies generally.
100%. And it leaves
Very
us kind
effective.
of guessing what that is. And the fact that it's then what I would suggest in poker terms, it's raised. The ante is raised. Because then you have Chilton, who's kind of a dick, whom we see after this.
Yeah.
But we have things like the rules. He's leading her to Hannibal himself. Do not touch or approach the glass. Only soft paper. No pencils. No pens. Don't accept anything from him. Shows him a photo of what he had done. Talks about how he had to reset the jaw. His pulse never got over 85 when he was eating her tongue.
I've been working out lately, and that's really impressive, by the way.
Totally.
To keep it at 85. I do one push-up. I'm at 116.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
It's impressive. So like this combined with Crawford's advice, as it were,
Yes.
and the fact that they need him to solve or to address the Buffalo Bill situation implies that you kind of have to make a deal with the devil to find the even worse devil, and there's something really exciting about that leading in.
Yeah.
So in the zeitgeist, you know what this story is about generally. You know who's in it at least.
I know the players.
But having not seen the movie, you're hearing all of this nastiness. How are you feeling as she's going down that particularly gross corridor and approaching him?
Going into this movie, I was not excited, but I was curious
Okay.
to what all the hype was about, and the fact that it was a psychological thriller, and that sort of does interest me. I think this movie does generally a really good job of creating tension.
Yeah. Great.
This is the first movie probably in a long time where I really felt it.
Okay.
And that's the whole discussion in the office, the picture painting,
Yeah.
if you will.
I will.
And then her meeting Chilton and him taking her down the corridor, and that scene with the red light coming in.
Yeah.
That all is really impressive to me. And it takes a lot for me.
Yeah.
To
Who
feel,
just called this movie okay about 20 minutes ago.
Well, all in that okayness, this is one thing that I felt was a positive attribute to this film, was creating that. And I was so set to meet this Hannibal Lecter.
You're ready for it.
I'm ready for it. And I'm wondering, is it going to
Live up to your standard.
live
Or
up to
whatever
my
that idea
whatever
was.
it just quickly did.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just in my face, like, oh my God, here's the expectation. I didn't have expectations of that moment coming into the movie.
Yeah.
It's happening now.
Sure.
And his look, Philip, it lived up.
Yeah.
I've always liked Anthony Hopkins as a
Sure.
performer. I saw The Edge, okay? It's on my shelf with Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah.
Will
Written
come
by
off
David
Edge.
Mamet.
Great film, great film. Good actor and a great performer. And this just proves that, ultimately.
Yeah, he's not on screen for a long time, but when he's in there,
16 minutes.
you can't take his eyes off of him.
Yeah.
And he strikes such a particular pose when you're first meeting him. You're
Yes.
sort of hearing this. He's a monster. Don't get near him. So to have him just be standing so rigidly is creepier than prosthetics or right. Like you could have made him up to be something different, right? But he's Anthony Hopkins more or less with slick back hair.
Yeah.
But the fact in his mannerisms and his sort of decorum and the way in which he manipulates, but even just his literally just standing there
He's got the right eyes for it.
is like, oh God, you're creepy.
Yeah.
Even without anything else
yeah.
I know about him, you're like, oh, you're ready for this too. Yeah, it's something off.
He was even a little creepy in The Edge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he had a moment of creepiness.
One moment.
I don't remember. But yeah, you're right. I think, obviously, when it comes to casting, that was done pretty darn well, I think, overall in this movie.
You think it's reasonable to give an Oscar, a Best Actor Oscar, for a performance where you're on screen for 16 minutes?
I didn't even think of the 16-minute thing until I read it, and then of course that checks out. But if you feel that he's on screen when he's not on screen, and depending on the competition that year, I would say yeah.
That's a perfect example.
I mean,
he's the lead character.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
it's a show. I think he does everything he needs to do. So I think it's warranted for sure.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
It's a lasting impression.
That's right. And Lecter in this movie is the same. Everything up before we meet him is about him.
Absolutely.
And he's integral to the rest of it. So I agree.
I think the big question here, Philip, that we really want to know is, do you eat liver
Just one time.
with flava beans?
Fava?
Flava
There's no L.
beans?
Yeah, and a nice Chianti.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe. I've had it a couple times. My mom likes it.
Okay.
Like liver and onions,
Sure.
and such. I think it was a bigger thing back in like the 60s and
Yeah,
70s.
I think so.
I don't know. There's obviously a bit of a taste to it.
The texture.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about like cow. Just to be clear.
Sure.
I don't want any misunderstandings.
Human livers, you're saying.
I am not a Hannibal Lecter, just so you know. I'm not one of those people.
One of those people. That's great.
But more noteworthy, I would say, than the liver, is the close-ups, the shots of this.
Oh
scene.
yes, sure. Like the meeting between these two for the first time.
Yeah, close-ups can be used whenever you want. It's fair.
Start out so strong.
Fair reign. Some will argue it was used a little bit too much in this film. I think you're going to push back on that.
Who argues this?
People, just my people.
Sure, your people.
Part of Team Humble.
Yeah.
Of a whole team working on it. I personally didn't notice any sort of overuse of it, but I can see if you do it too much, it might lose a little zest because Spielberg, Cameron, they choose these moments, very few and far between when they use their close-ups. Demi seemed to use it a little bit more, but I don't know if it's like this movie thing or more of his sort of style.
I wouldn't say it's 100% his style, but I think it's totally appropriate for the movie. I think you're dealing with people in prisons of some kind, even Clarice's stories that she kind of unfolds. But there's a prison that she's in. Obviously, Hannibal is physically in a prison, and the close-ups kind of give you the sense that there are only two people talking, and the way that Hannibal kind of looks at the world is through this seemingly specific, narrow focus. And I think that that's told through camera work and things of that nature. So I think it's great. I don't find it's overbearing at all. I think it's appropriate. It's not jarring because it's used throughout the film. So I think the direction of this movie is incredible. I think the cinematography is great. I think everything visually about this movie is really impressive.
Well, I can't argue too much because it did win the Oscar for Best Director.
That's right. Not cinematography, however. Not even nominated.
Really? Who won that year?
Robert Richardson for JFK, which is a movie I can't wait to get off the shelf. It's a gorgeous-looking movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, my God.
I know.
It's really great. Whether this movie has the best cinematography or not is sort of secondary. It doesn't matter. It's just perfectly appropriate at the very least, if not showy.
One thing, though, Phil, I'm unclear about during this first interaction between the two main characters is he calls her a rube.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like a fool.
Oh, okay.
Ultimately, kind of dim-witted.
He does mention she's one generation past white trash or something.
Yeah, basically calls her poor white trash.
It's not very nice.
No, he calls her, cheap shoes, good bag, right? Just sort of tears her down, basically, is saying, you're just a pawn, right? She doesn't belong there. Crawford sent me because...
Trainee, like, come on.
Yeah. So he kind of gets that. There is this weird kind of courtesy throughout, but when she offends him, gloves come off. It's telling to me because everything we've heard up until this point is don't let him in your head and don't let him know too much.
Yeah. Don't do these 10 things. And I'm guaranteeing you, I'm going to see them do at least 5 of those things.
Sure, but only later because she doesn't reveal much here, and he's able to pull that out of her. And because it's a brilliantly made movie and you've got great people at the helm, the next shot, she leaves after Miggs and after all that sort of fiasco. She walks out, and the first shot we see is a slow push-in on her shitty car in amidst a parking lot full of nicer cars as she's kind of dejectedly walking back to that car. She's sort of struck by that.
Yeah, makes you think. I went outside and looked at my Honda from 2012. I'm like, yeah.
Here I am.
230,000 K on it.
Don't even have the nice bag.
Yeah, still going strong, though. Still going strong.
Perfect.
I brought my wife's car here, though.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
It's in front of mine, so I just got to fill it up with gas. That's the deal.
Oof, that's the scam she pulled because it's $1.40.
Well, she's driving a brand new 2014 Toyota. So,
yeah.
I mean,
living on the edge.
We didn't really talk about it in that moment, but there was a gentleman, and that's being very, very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
Named Mr. Miggs.
Multiple Miggs.
Yes, and he's not very nice to Clarice.
No.
Let's just leave it at that.
Overly nice, I guess.
Yeah, and maybe you can explain it to me, the logistics of this. But Hannibal talks him into eating his own tongue.
Yeah.
and then he dies choking on it. I
Yep.
suppose. How do you do that, Phil?
I have no idea. But it's telling how psychologically manipulative.
Yeah,
Hannibal
like I
can
understand
be.
the purpose of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know how you eat your own tongue,
Yeah.
but
or to
looking at
convince
you-
someone to do it.
Look at-
Actually, have you ever eaten cow tongue?
Yeah,
Have you?
no,
Oh, it's a thing.
it absolutely is a thing. There's a taco place nearby, and the first 5 things on the menu were cow's tongues,
Really?
and I was like, I'm not interested. This
Hey.
is not for me.
Not for you. What is for you though is a montage.
Absolutely.
Now this isn't huge.
No, it's small.
It's
minimal.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
But it's a studying montage, and those are really my thing.
Really? Out of
Oh.
all the montages, studying.
Absolutely.
That's it.
You
Better
think
than
about-
Predator.
You think about movies like Seven. You think about movies like All the President's Men. Like, put a person in a room, have to study the information.
I love the clues.
Frost Nixon,
All right.
I'm mostly intrigued by the newspaper.
Oh, yes, of course.
There's always...
Do you ever not pause it?
Now, no. I can't
okay.
help myself.
All right.
But this time I have to tell you, listeners, I was able to pause it right in front of Dave's eyes.
Yes.
And show him firsthand
Yeah.
my psychosis.
Like I couldn't get it from you explaining it.
No,
to me. I had
no,
to see
no.
it.
And it is posted on the Facebook page. But just to have it in real time, it's just a funny little thing. And once you sort of see it, not unlike the Spielberg thing or the close-ups, whatever else we're talking about, it's just something I can't shake out of my mind. I lock in, and it's always really funny to me.
I have to accept this from you and its existence in our podcast because you are kind enough to put up with all my
Oh, yeah.
Seinfeld and Frasier references with all the actors
Yes.
that show up. And let me tell you, this thing is riddled.
Oh, gosh.
One thing I love about watching movies from the 90s in particular, it's prime time.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, it's just they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I just love seeing these faces kind of go up. And it reminds me how good I am at pointing them out.
Yeah, sure.
You could be on the screen for 6 seconds,
Yep.
and I can pinpoint what I saw you in that you were also only in for 6 seconds.
Sure.
I'm exaggerating for effect, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the history is proven.
Absolutely.
What I find telling or more interesting is when we've watched full movies and then we go back and you're completely befuddled by the fact that I don't know that guy. He was in the movie we did 6 weeks ago for 2 hours. You're like, I don't know.
That's
But
why
if he
it's
was in
strange.
for 6 seconds,
Yeah.
I got him. 2 hours. Who is this guy?
It's a whole thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. I'm
right.
nicer to strangers than my own family.
There you go.
It's the same
And I
thing.
actually think it's really impressive to me. I don't care about it, but I think it's
Hey,
impressive.
as long as you're impressed.
That's really all that matters.
I remember, Phil, where you used to live. I would always pass a Diamond Storage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Got me out of a couple of jams in my day, let me tell you.
We have a storage situation, which I've seen a lot of lately. A lot of cop shows I'm watching.
Are you watching a lot of cop shows?
Yes, actually, I am. I'm actually watching a Canadian one now called
Okay.
Three Pines.
Oh,
I didn't realize it was Canadian,
okay.
and we're enjoying it so far.
It's one better than Hill Valley.
Yes.
Twin Pines,
Yes.
and then Lone Pine.
Yeah. This is all
Now
three.
three.
Three. Doesn't get better than that.
No, it's Peak Pine.
And it's Peak Pine, absolutely. And I want to say something here because she's trying to get the door open. She's struggling. She gets it open to a certain extent, and she crawls underneath, and she cuts herself.
Uh-huh.
I think every movie should have a reminder in it to get your tetanus shot.
That's your hill to die on.
Yeah, I think we could all use a reminder.
When was your last tetanus shot?
Just last year, actually, I got my tetanus.
Really?
What about you?
Couldn't tell you. Probably in elementary school.
Now, did you think about tetanus when you saw
Not
that?
a single second.
So it's not going to work anyway. Never mind. Never mind. Works on the ones who have already got it.
That's right. Yeah.
Nonetheless, she is inside what she thinks is someone else's storage
Yes.
area, not Hannibal Lecter. Someone named Mr. Moffat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of figures out it's an anagram.
I hate those.
Yeah. It's a challenge. I agree. Those word plays are a little tough to play on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some cat and mouse stuff here. She's in there, but what she finds this gentleman's head in a jar.
Yeah, that was jarring.
It really was. But I found that to be one of the grosser things in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of polluted, bloated, kind of pretty gross.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. She was scared at first, and then she was exhilarated, just so you know.
I think that's
So explain
true.
that a little bit later. What I do find interesting about this movie, because it's doing such a great job of tension,
Yeah.
that we're led to believe that this garage door style thing is going to get her stuck inside.
Yes, we are kind of
right?
conditioned.
But nothing happens because of it. I just think it's a nice choice just to keep us guessing.
Yeah, it's a jump scare without being too on the nose.
Yeah.
Right? And like you're saying, nothing happens, nothing comes of it, but it shows us a sense of her paranoia, her fear.
It's keeping us honest.
And exactly, absolutely.
And the guy that she's with that owns the storage facility,
Yes.
he's quirky.
He's definitely odd.
Yeah.
And gets her at a position where she is now maybe slightly more aggressive with Hannibal because she rushes back to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
She needs to talk to him and
Same
explain,
night, I think.
Yeah, right away. And kind of breaks that down.
I don't know if you've noticed too, Phil, when she goes back to see him, it's raining.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's made very clear.
It's pretty classic horror thriller trope, right? Like you want dark, stormy nights, right? That's pretty common.
You want precipitation.
You need it, I think.
You have
really,
to have it.
more than anything else. But at this point, he's got this great scene. The way he shoots this, Demi, with the television on the right side, he's in shadow. She's on the other side of the glass.
Correct.
He is still the mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also only half listening, or like only half engaged. The television thing is happening, right? But he's intrigued and he's impressed. And I love that dynamic between these two.
Yes, I would agree.
Like she rushes back with ideas, and he's intrigued by that. He's excited by it.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have a lot to do.
It's true.
In there.
It's true.
I think it's important to point out that Crawford sent her in there originally without really letting her in on the overall plan.
Yeah.
Because Hannibal would have sniffed that out.
Yes,
Like,
that's right.
You know why you're here, and I'm not going to give you any information.
That's right.
Whatsoever. So I think that's a great play on Crawford. I don't think we give him enough credit. He's doing a great role there at the FBI, much better than they do these days. I would argue.
Yes.
But I love these meetings they have together, and they just get increasingly better.
Yes.
Over time. Like it escalates perfectly. He eventually gets the files, and he has his own plan, obviously.
Absolutely, yes. That obviously plays out over time.
He wants that window.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, we started to break down a little bit more about who Bill is and his former patient of Lecter. Talks about transvestite, like, oh, well, in life, no, he's just trying different things on.
Not comfortable in his own skin.
That's right.
As it were.
That's right. So there's an element between these two, and it's almost playful and...
I think they're friends.
Yeah, like it starts to become that. I think it's really compelling.
There's one thing that's noteworthy here is she's already broken now in this scene 2 rules. Don't take anything from him.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the towel.
Yeah.
Do you take the towel? I don't take the towel.
You don't take the towel?
I don't take the towel. I don't need a towel.
I think I'm taking the towel.
I don't use an umbrella. You do. That's what makes us completely different.
I wouldn't need the towel.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there you go.
That's I wouldn't take it if I didn't need it. And obviously, I don't need it.
You're proactive.
That's right.
I'm reactive, but then still don't do anything about it. That's me.
You're kind of non-active.
I'm non-active. I'm non-active.
Those 3 pounds, though, they'll tell you something different, though.
There you go.
There it is.
But it's just a reminder of how much I like his look
Oh, sure.
and his demeanor, his eyes, like just the way he speaks.
Yeah. Slow, methodical. And he talks about in this scene how patient he is, right? He's like, I've been here 8 years.
He's got to be.
So do you have the patience for me? Because I don't need this. And
Exactly.
that puts a different set of stakes into the mix that I find, again, really interesting between the two.
Speaking of stakes, it's around here. It's made clear what those stakes are going to be in this specific movie.
We're at a pivot point, I would suggest.
I think a pivot point with a piece of steak, which he would absolutely love if it was human.
Of course. Absolutely.
What did you have for dinner tonight? Was it chicken?
It was chicken.
Okay, lucky guess. Do you like the skin?
No.
Okay.
I rip the skin off, and I buy it boneless. And if there was a bone, I would try and take it out, too.
Okay, so no bones, no skin. It's obviously not human skin, but it's still skin.
Totally.
I'll still eat it, but I mean...
Yeah, and I think that's the weird thing is I don't generally, now I have at times, but I don't generally eat wings or ribs.
Because of
reason.
that.
Because
of this movie.
No, but because I don't want to be gnawing on a bone. There's something primitive.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Caveman.
And so I'll eat meat all the time. I have no
Oh, you're not above it.
issue with it.
No, I can tell.
But when it comes to those specifics, gnawing on a bone is something I will often not do. Even when people are like, oh, I got a nice T-bone Right? It's been marinating. It's grilling for 4 days. Like, it's whatever. I'm like, I could not want that any less.
You're very sophisticated.
I just cut the middle out. That's why I buy these garbage steaks. Because I'm like, I just want the little center round part. I don't want anything fatty or sinewy or bone, anything.
Anyways, sorry about that little side piece there. But what I'm referring to the steaks is the next scene.
Yes.
We're rocking out.
Tom Petty.
I didn't know that song.
You don't know American Girl?
I don't.
Wow. Rock you lived under.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like a mainstream song. I'm like, where was I?
Yeah.
I was in the country,
It's
Phil.
like a monster hit for the last 50 years.
Dude,
nearly.
I'm watching Road to Avonlea and Hetty.
Where did this come from?
Good song. I enjoyed
Sure.
it. But we can obviously tell that this is our upcoming victim.
Yes.
Like, duh.
yeah.
It's just not somebody just driving. And I think we're in Memphis.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Memphis, Phil?
I was in Nashville, but not
That's not the
Memphis.
question.
It's Tennessee. It's interchangeable.
Yeah, okay. I would say Memphis is like the moth and Nashville's like the butterfly. Would you say?
Oh, I wouldn't say no.
In comparison terms?
I've never been, so I can't say. For
Well,
sure.
it is. It is. There it is.
What are your thoughts on? Because I love the creepy way in which he lures this woman in. There's this idea that if she just ignored,
Don't help him.
that's right, just walk away.
This is why you don't help people.
Yeah, you're out of the helping business. I knew
No
that.
more.
But the way in which that scene is staged, I find both effective, logistically, like that makes sense, but also like terrifying because that could be anybody, anything. I would walk home often from work, and I worked on First Avenue, and I lived on 72nd Avenue, and I would just walk the duration. And sometimes to save a few minutes, you cut through an alley here or there. And my ex, she had very big anxieties around that, and I never had a thought about it. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Well, you're a guy.
That's the difference.
It
And
really
I didn't really
is.
recognize that at the time.
Yeah.
And
We're pretty fortunate.
I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit at some of the like, okay, like whatever, lady. I walk this all the time. And then she explained, like, she's just like, I just will not ever live in that space. And in watching this movie, I was reminded, yeah, that's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because
Sadly, yeah.
even if I help that guy, I'm not doing what she's doing. I'm not as vulnerable as she is, this and that. So I find it very chilling.
Whenever I watch a movie or a TV show or a documentary around like serial killing and, Jeffrey Dahmer's, all that sort of stuff, it reminds me of the added danger it is to be a female.
Sure.
I kind of take that for granted where I'm just a regular dude.
Yep.
I have my, own fears and
Of course.
issues.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
not
established over 5 years.
I create fears that
Yeah.
don't exist, but
Yeah.
that would be a challenging, especially in places like the U.S. and
Sure.
so it's scary.
Yeah, totally. My favorite things about watching these kinds of movies is the procedural side of it. So we have Clarice and Crawford driving, and they're looking at the photos. They're piecing it together, defining who he is, because they still only have the clues to find. So, he's a big, medium-sized build. He's patient. He's right, like
30 to 40.
Yeah,
Has a house.
that's right.
Little things that I probably could have figured out.
Oh,
I think
sure.
I'd be- I think I'd
You
be
and
pretty good at
Bosch
this.
on that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Absolutely. Speaking of Bosch, the person who just got kidnapped,
Uh-huh.
she was a Boscher.
That's what we're calling them?
Yeah, Boschers. She played a police captain or some sort. So
Yeah.
just so you know,
That's
recognized her. Had to look that one up, though. I knew her, but had to look it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
All right.
I'll be honest. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you about it.
I appreciate that.
I thought you would.
But yeah, so we have the sense of like they found another body. It's been 3 days, and they end up going to this funeral. And the cautious nature. This is another thing, I guess, about being a woman. Which I think when I first watched this movie in '92, as a teenage boy, I suppose,
Just coming into your own, really.
it didn't really clock to me. But watching this scene in particular, and she's back again, surrounded by men.
Yeah.
Taller than her. She's still looked down upon. The camera angle goes high, too, to accentuate that fact.
Looking at her, they're all
Exactly, questioning her almost. And Crawford won't talk to them in public about this new find in front of her. So immediately she's just the second-class citizen. And I think it's not uncommon for that they felt like that, right? That women are on that back burner, particularly in 1990.
Yeah, and I liked her reaction too. Like her facial expressions
Oh, yeah.
play into that feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's talk about her for just a second. We won't get into specifics. There's a long movie and she's in it a lot. But
Yes.
now, in watching it in its totality, Academy Award winner, what are your thoughts on the performance throughout the movie?
This is our third film that we've covered with her, Panic Room and Contact.
Contact, yep.
And I pretty sure I loved her in everything.
Yeah.
So I think she's really talented.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of her movies. She's in a movie, and she directed a movie I love called Little Man Tate, which we'll get to. I think she's phenomenal in this movie. And the performance that has to come from the strength, from the weakness, from that lowly woman thing all the way through, the trainee trying to make a name, I think she just pulls all of these pieces together in a way that just is, I think, incredible. And have that arc kind of work.
Yeah.
We're at the funeral scene, and this is one of my favorite scenes with her.
Really?
The way in which she is delivering, and I think it's augmented and accentuated by the fact that she is a woman. Because she's watching and she's talking about, he does this, she was out a girls' night out, right? She got glittery makeup on. This isn't her usual attire. She's the way and she's reciting this and allows herself to break down but fight it. Just a brilliant performance.
She provides information as if, hey, I'm good at what I do, but delivers in a way where I'm new at this job.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting contrast that she's able to nail.
It's like confidence and vulnerability all at the same time, and that's really challenging.
Not easy to do.
No.
I've tried it. I can't do it.
You get one or the other.
But we do get a key point. Like I said at the beginning, I love clues.
Yes.
And I will say, Phil, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna get it off my chest.
Get in there.
When it comes to movies about clues and that whole aspect of the movie, I wish this movie had done it a little bit better. I know it's not the main focus. It's there to move the plot along. The whole point of the movie isn't to solve necessarily the mystery, although you do have to find Buffalo Bill. Ultimately.
Yeah, it's their job to solve the mystery, not ours.
Yes. There you go. I think that might be the difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked before where people come into the movies, yourself included, trying to solve the riddle of the movie.
I believe you had issues around Monk.
Yeah.
With that.
Well, that's just because it's a shitty fucking movie. David, it's one of the very rare occasions where I found a Frasier reference.
Well, he's in almost every episode of Frasier.
Sure.
So that's easy. It's a layup.
Yes.
And did you know that we also saw him in a film off of my shelf early in our season 2, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. I mean, I feel like I do remember talking about him maybe or noticing him before. But
this is where I step up.
Yes, sir. 5 seconds in a movie.
Enemy of the State.
15 years ago. Yeah, all right.
John Voight's boss.
Okay.
Sort of ish.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a vague recollection. Okay.
I'll give it to you.
I'll trust you.
I got a track record, buddy.
How could I argue?
He's the normal one here of the two guys. The other guy's a little bit creepy-ish.
Because he's got a fuck eye?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. He's been in another Demi film, I believe. I think he was in Manchurian. So he's a guy. But it's a fun little moment.
I think it's really cute. I watched them playing chess with their beetles and bugs and whatever else. I think this is a cool scene.
Any scene with Dan Butler is going to be good. Let's be honest.
That's right. It's shoe leather, what we call in the business.
I don't know what that means.
It's like expositional stuff in between.
All I know is a moth is a poor man's butterfly.
Okay.
I saw a beautiful butterfly actually outside my house yesterday.
Sure it wasn't a moth?
No, it was a monarch. It was beautiful. It was huge. It was huge.
Okay.
Breathtaking. But all to say with regards to that insect, it's just a bit of a clue of its origins.
That's right.
Yeah, it's from Asia.
Yes.
So it's not here.
It's unique.
Yeah.
And it obviously has to be, as she says earlier, someone had to put it in her mouth to begin with. So there's definitely a causality to it.
Definitely causality. 100%. And then, as I mentioned earlier about stakes, this really, to me anyway, solidifies those stakes.
That's right.
To what we're up against here. And it's a battle against time.
That's right. It's no longer just a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a senator's daughter.
That's right. Starling runs back to Lecter, right? She's his point of contact.
Yep.
And
visit number 3.
Yeah, and we find out that she was sort of sent there to offer Lecter his dream on some level. She shows up with a sweet deal, let's say. Now the stakes are higher, as you're saying, because it's the daughter. So
yes,
they need him to be more
engaged.
Yeah, more willing, let's say, than he's been in the past thus far. And he kept saying earlier, I've got patience. I got no rush. So I kind of like this pitch that she makes to try and sell him on, we've got a view 1 month a year. You'll be able to do this in a couple of weeks. And he kind of looks at the map, and it's a waste facility for most of the time. Like, wow,
you get a day at the beach.
That's right. And he seems to suspect immediately that this whole thing is bullshit.
I didn't get that.
No, and I was going to say the same. I was like, no, this feels legit to me. And great, I'll take it.
Yeah. But Chilton, let's talk about him for just a brief moment.
Please.
The Cork Master, also in Frasier. I guarantee you didn't know that one.
Definitely did not know that, no.
And we got the impression that he could be trouble. He doesn't like her just walking in whenever she feels like it.
No, he's a bit of a glory hog.
Yes. And that amps up
Yes.
a little bit later. He definitely realizes that this is not a legit deal, or at the very least investigates to see if it is.
Correct. But at this point, we assume that it's legit, and he finally really start working in on who Clarice is.
Yeah, this is where we have an exchange.
It's Latin. What do you call that?
Quid pro pro. Quid pro pro?
Quo?
Quo?
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
This for that.
This for that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it a trading of information. I'm going to keep it
It's
simple.
Simpler.
Longer.
adding many more words.
Longer, but simpler.
Sure.
And one critique I will make about this movie, and it's a small one. It's not a huge, Phil. I'm not really authorized to critique it.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of character depth on anyone.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
We get a little bit with her, but not a lot. We get a little bit with Hannibal, but not really. We don't have time really to deep into his mind because we're not getting out of it.
Sure.
I guess that's a whole other movie, which maybe is in the sequel.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill, again, we get a little bit of idea of him, but nothing too deep into anybody.
I disagree.
Well, I'm glad you do, because that makes it more interesting. But like her flashbacks are brief. Her story isn't major story.
I think it's all about what we just talked about, right? Like she feels she was orphaned. She has to prove herself. She's in a world of men. She's a woman trying to fight through. Her dad was a sheriff, wants to impress him, wants to impress her father figure, Crawford. Even though we don't see any of that, we don't need to. It's all in the context and in the dialogue and in the performance. And
well, now you need to see it.
The stuff in between, right? Like all of that, it's her character. It's all built on this. So
I guess I didn't get the oral cues.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. And he's the same, right? We've just heard. He's a doctor. He did have these things. He had other tendencies, obviously, but we get a sense as to who he was before this life, after this life.
Maybe because the way it's presented to us subtly and sprinkled, that maybe it just felt like we didn't go too deep. But it's a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's not like a dump.
Sure.
I know you don't like
it's
dump.
no one's getting like the cue card or the baseball card. You flip it over and you get the guy's life story. No,
I missed that.
You
Tops.
You're getting the story through the movie. These people have 3 or 4 different visits to this prison. That is all layering deeper into character, both in how they relate to one another and how they related outside of that and what they're bringing to the conversation. Like I said, couldn't disagree more. I think there's a ton of character happening in this movie.
Well, whoever wrote that, I don't know who that was, but they were wrong. Am I right?
I disagree. I mean, maybe you can make the argument, but I don't see it. I think that that's what every conversation in this movie does, is build further character for everybody.
Even Chilton.
Right? He has got these moments. He's not just the blowhard at the front desk who's trying to hit on Clarice at the beginning. He's trying to maneuver his way through and get more attention and bolster his career. He's offering himself for interviews, so we get a sense of who he is deeper and deeper as the movie goes on too. So whomever wrote that or read that or whatever
it wasn't me.
Is ridiculous. I don't buy it for a second.
I'm just providing the information. I didn't say
I love doing podcasts with the internet. I don't know. I read it. I have no opinion. I just that's what they said.
It's got to be right. Well, let's speak about a different character that I argue did not get a lot of depth. Is Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
We finally get a little peek into his living.
Yeah.
His home, his dungeon, his cave.
Sure.
His well.
Yeah, Lecter has kind of revealed he's applied for a sex change, rejected 3 times. He's getting a sense of maybe his character, if you will, who this person is.
You know, do you know who he is?
If you recall, I mentioned who he is.
I did not
notice. A few months ago.
Again, because he was in the whole movie.
Yes, that's right. He was too long.
But it also was 30-odd years later.
Yes.
But he was in Monk, the movie.
Yes, he was.
The movie.
Yes.
The movie Monk.
The television...
made for Peacock.
Made for television movie, yes.
I haven't seen him in anything else. He doesn't get a whole lot of screen time in this movie, considering
No.
he's sort of splitting it with Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Lecter is the
two
guy
bad guys.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill is not as prominent a character for sure.
Yeah, so I think considering he is the main bad guy, I think there's just not a lot of meat on the bone, as it were. With
Tell that to Princess.
with Buffalo Bill himself. We don't dive too deep into that. Can I at least say that?
Everything that Lecter says about him is his character.
What's
Everything, every bit that we know about Buffalo Bill, we see him doing the things, right? Whether it's dancing or wearing women's clothing.
He did the things. He definitely
He did the things. So he's doing all of this. So that is sort of who he is today, I suppose. But the depth of his character is the stuff that Lecter's saying. He applied. He was struggling. He was a creator. He covets. Like all of these things are developing who this person became.
I think the issue is that it's very tight dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it doesn't all sink in.
Totally.
So I think that's the issue I'm having is the sinkage.
Yeah, I think ultimately it comes from watching a movie
You're good at this.
and paying attention. It's a dialogue-heavy movie.
Yeah.
It's plot-heavy.
I think I've struggled with dialogue-heavy movies before.
Of course.
That could be where the problem lies.
It's 2 hours long. It's dense, wordy, a lot of characters, a lot happening.
An hour 58.
You have to lock into it and really focus, and it helps to see it more than once, and it helps to see it over the course of 30 years. When we have these conversations, it's obvious at times, but the reality is you've seen it once in the last 7 days or twice maybe, and I've seen it maybe half a dozen times.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Or more.
Yeah.
But the same is true when we inverse it. When your movies come off the shelf, you've often seen those many, many times, and I, in some cases, I'm just seeing them for the first time. I just know how to watch movies. I'm looking for these things too. I'm a digger.
You are?
You know,
Absolutely.
So there's nothing wrong with it. Exactly. If it is something that's kind of heavy stuff or like, you know, whatever, then something's going to miss the crack. That's okay.
I will say, though, in regarding to the speed and length of this movie, it's paced really well.
Incredibly well.
I think to the point where I am missing stuff because it's almost going too fast for me.
Sure.
I maybe expected a bit of a slower burn, perhaps, and that I was surprised about.
I think it's one of the sort of more magical things about this movie because it is that dense and it's under 2.
Yeah.
And we did Cuckoo's Nest, which I love. There's no problem. Like I said, I think that's a near perfect movie. But that's 220.
Yeah.
And I would say a lot less happens in that movie than this one, despite the fact that they're both incredible and, you know, whatever.
The internet did say that this movie had pacing issues, and I was able to recognize that was wrong. This is going at a good clip.
Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah. But it does cause maybe me some issues.
There's just no fat, so there's no time to kind of rest in it, right? When Clarice gets information, the next scene is her rushing to Lecter to talk about it. Mm-hmm. That means we don't have a moment to sit with it either.
That's where it's not sinking in, Phil.
Right. It's not dramatic irony. It's not time to register and recognize and absorb and plot the next move. The characters are way ahead of us or are rushing to the next answer or the next question before we even know what happened.
What I want to figure out, though, in this next scene, which I love the look, he's in the room with Chilton, if you recall, and he's standing up. He's got the bars around his face, pushed up against his nose.
Yes, yes.
He's in a straitjacket.
Yeah.
And the camera zooms in on a pen.
Gives us a bit of a wink and a nod to what's happening.
I have an issue, though, Philip, and forgive me. I'm not trying to, you know.
Are you going to use that pen to poke a hole?
I really don't know how he would have got that pen.
Yeah, I have no answers for you, buddy.
I know it has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured the writer said, this movie's going to be so good, we don't even care.
Sure.
He gets the pen, who gives a shit? We don't feel the need to explain it because we're that good.
Mm-hmm.
But it does bother me.
Yes.
It doesn't bother you, I imagine.
Honestly, it didn't even register. I thought it was really cool. I loved it because I'm like, oh, clever, nice. I like it. This is something. This is going to come out later.
Logistically, there's no way of getting that pen.
His ears. Have you tried to be considered some ear work?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But again, those are things we talked 2 minutes ago about watching movies and like paying attention and absorbing and interested in information and so forth. And here's an example of something that is, I would say, matters not at all to the movie, and you're fixated on it, and plotting issues or character development you're missing. Maybe that's indicative of something, right? Like you're able to note. Same reason why 2 hours of a guy, who knows, but 6 seconds of a guy, I got him.
Exactly.
Right? There's maybe something deeper going
deeper
on here.
going
I don't
on
know,
there.
but
It's
we'll
all
get to the bottom of
this.
this.
Well, we're 5 years in. We will get to it.
But I do agree. Like obviously, like you're saying, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense to me.
But I even like the next scene better when it comes to the look.
Oh yeah.
Like this is iconic.
This is a pivot moment in the movie. I love so much. Iconic
Costume design, everything. This is very horror movie like style
for sure. You know how you know it's iconic?
How?
Billy Crystal.
Okay, I'll bite. I'm guessing it's something to do with the Oscars because he used to host it every year.
That's right. He hosted the Oscars, and this is how he was rolled out at the beginning of the episode of the telecast.
I missed that year.
Comes out on the dolly, basically, in a straitjacket with the chain mask. It's fantastic.
No, it's
iconic.
Can't say it enough. The whole thing is great.
It's incredible.
With the interaction with the senator.
Oh, my God. That exchange.
Yeah. It's a highlight of the movie.
Love the suit.
Yeah. It's not a long scene.
No.
But it's effective.
And Chilton's looking for his pen. And there's that slow push in on Lecter, who knows what's up. Everything about this scene, the setup, everybody having to keep their distance, the pressure, if you will, all of that. It's such a good scene, and it really triggers.
You want some connective tissue?
Please.
You love it.
I do.
Jim Carrey, like we said at the beginning.
Cable Guy.
Yeah. Does an impression.
Yeah.
You know who is in Cable Guy?
Ben Stiller.
Well, he directed it.
Yeah. I don't know.
The senator.
Oh.
She plays Broderick's mom.
Oh, interesting.
Playing Porno Password.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting that, are you?
No.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, so there you go. Connective tissue. You're welcome.
There's 2 lines in this that I just love so much. The way in which she says, take this thing back to Baltimore.
That's mean.
And his love the suit are fantastic.
Yep.
With Clarice, I don't think that there is
He's nice. Like
he's nice.
He's on his best
welcoming.
behavior.
He's welcoming, because he's...
Well, that was the whole point, right?
To
get information from him.
Exactly, to lesser his guard. But when he's face-to-face with anybody else, we see how he's going to manipulate Chilton with the pen. We see how he's kind of manipulating the senator now with the information that is or may not be true. It's fantastic, the power he has in the scene. I love it.
I just love his mask.
Love your suit.
I don't
mask
think
is great.
Yeah, mask is better than the suit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's be fair.
That's fair.
We get a new location.
That's right, yes.
For Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, the transfer's complete. He's sitting here in Memphis in a nice ballroom, it looks like.
Yeah. Big cage.
Yeah. It's like a steel cage. I'm thinking like this is Hulk Hogan and Big King Kong Bundy could have a good time here.
But I think it's a nice touch to kind of get us out of there, just give us a fresh look.
Correct.
And obviously it's going to help move the plot forward.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's a nice little cage.
Like the whole point of this deal was to get better treatment, let's say.
Wants to get to that beach.
Exactly. So now he's upscale. He's got better lighting, obviously. He's got room to move around.
He's got books.
He's got music even.
Yeah.
Like a little Andy Dufresne style, just listen to some opera. Yeah. She brings his paintings. So there's like this camaraderie as an attempt to get back together almost because they've had some friction.
Yes.
And mistrust. And it's fun. Like I find that the banter between the two and the revealing of the character in the story to be compelling and exciting almost. He covets, right? Like, oh.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
And how do we begin to cover, right? Like explaining these things and like getting us excited. I found myself like totally locked in this moment and pretty much for the rest of the movie. Now, are you compelled? Are you locked into the story as well?
I'm trying to get over the pen.
Yeah, okay.
That's my only real issue, Phil, at this point. No, I'm pretty locked in. I find there's a lot of information going back and forth, and you need to understand certain things to really follow, like the whole art of coveting.
Yes.
Everything about coveting.
Yeah.
Covet this, covet that. You need to know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really helps.
Sure.
So this is a pretty intellectual film.
Totally.
Which I
struggle with. Yeah.
I am sort of just relying on it to tell me the story, and I'll pick up on it. I might be a little bit late to it, but I'll get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I always wondered why it was called Silence of the Lambs, and I was too embarrassed to ask anyone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or didn't even look it up. Because
Wow.
I mean, I just this
You want
movie's
your
not-
algorithm to.
That's true
All
too.
of a sudden, you're getting lamb information.
Yeah, and I guess it's as good a title as any. You're picking a conversation out of the movie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the story is Clarice's arc. So if the plotting and the character is established as having these nightmare occurrences, these memories, these deep-seated feelings around her childhood and the trauma that was there, some might call it character.
But that's what you do with
Building.
lamb.
You slaughter them?
Yes.
We just talked about it, but not all of them, And maybe you don't need to see it. Like you just talked about how you don't want to see the thing.
I didn't tell her to go and open up the barn door. I stay under my sheets. If any sort of noise, yelling, I'm under the bed.
Locked in.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the whole point is to achieve the silence of the lambs.
That's the ultimate goal.
To stop hearing them in the night and the shrieks and the terror and stuff. So I just think, again, these are all arguments against what your
Well, I just think she needs to let it
colleague
go.
read. Well, that's the whole point. I think she does through these kinds of things. She develops a time where she's like, close the book on that.
I think she should consider alcohol. Just saying.
That's an option for sure. At the end of this scene, though, we kind of have this shared moment between the two again where...
Oh, you better be watching.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta
Another
be watching.
example. Yeah, exactly.
Very subtle.
Where
Well,
he keeps saying all the information you need is in the case file. It's in the case file. It's in the case file. And she's busted because she snuck in because Chilton was doing a press conference. He's trying to better his career.
Yep.
And he goes to hand it to her. And I'm not sure if you caught this.
Of course.
When you're napping, nodding. But he gently
Just
glides his
gentle.
finger.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that scene?
Weird.
What do you think of that moment, eh?
Weird.
Yeah.
I would do it. Well, I mean, again, he's had no contact, especially with a female,
Yep.
for a very long time, and he feels like he's built this rapport.
Yeah.
He feels like he has a connection. I don't want to say friends,
No.
but there is a relationship
Yeah.
of sorts, and he's weird.
Definitely.
And yeah, I think it suits the film.
Totally. He's a monster, right? From everything we've heard and seen. And yet
He's a
here
deviant.
he's able to have what is a fairly nothing interaction and not feel compelled to eat her liver. Here he's able to touch her without that other trigger.
He's typically insatiable. I think it's a reminder that despite the fact he's a monster and he's done all these things and will continue to, he is still human.
Sure.
Deep down.
Deep down.
Very deep.
Way
Very deep. Deep in a well, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
all good things come to an end.
yeah, this is a huge turn of events, a big occurrence
Yeah.
in the movie.
Couple of big reveals right here.
And I've been waiting for it.
Yeah. Okay. You're ready.
Just because of all the talk that went around this movie and the gore, I guess, of it.
Sure.
I
Yep.
figure, well, maybe it isn't in it. Maybe it's really more psychological and it's just the skin stuff.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sure.
Well, it's not.
No.
We have our good friend, Mr. Napier,
Yeah. Charles Napier.
of Austin Powers fame. That's all I
Classic.
remember
Classic actor.
him from.
Great face.
Yeah. Now it's time to eat.
Yeah. Lamb chops.
Lamb, very raw.
Yep.
Very lightly cooked.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
the way he likes it. What are your thoughts around how his food is delivered? Do you have any issues with the fact that they need to go inside to give him the food, allowing everything to happen?
No, it doesn't feel like it's a contrivance. There's no place to slide a nice cooked meal like that.
So what I'm saying is this is poorly designed. Where at his original cell,
Sure.
They
yes,
had the
yes,
drawer.
Yes, absolutely.
Why
This
are-
is clearly a makeshift.
exactly. This is not the person you downgrade security with. Out of all the things we've been told,
Sure. Fair.
all the things Crawford said, all the things that Chilton has said,
Yeah.
and you leave yourself vulnerable. You go inside this cage.
Yeah.
Napier gets what he gets coming to him.
Wow.
Sorry, buddy.
Sure.
If you're going to go inside like that, like, come on. So I have some issues around that, like the pen, but ultimately this has to happen.
Yeah.
Like I
And
mean,
it happens so well.
It happens wellish, I would say. So
Oh,
I'm
so
imagining.
good.
Can I say this, Phil? This is your favorite scene?
Absolutely.
He's sick.
No, actually, the scene in the ambulance is
Yeah.
my
Oh, I
favorite
figured
scene.
this whole
Everything
section of
yeah.
the next like 15, 20 minutes is
Yeah.
like this is Phil time. He's
It's what's been
salivating.
building. Yeah, 100%. It's what it's been building. It's like up until this point, it's just like a great procedural thriller, cop show, like cop movie,
which I like.
And I love too. And I'm enjoying. I think it's perfectly delivering.
This is where we go our separate ways.
And here you get a moment where he gets to be the Lecter that we've heard about. The moment he has an opportunity, the way he lunges at the camera with his mouth like ready to chew the guy's nose off.
It's been a while.
Beating him with the baton. The kind of wry humor of having Bon Appetit, the magazine on the counter as he's cleaning up, is clever to me.
Ironically, he looks anemic.
Oh, interesting.
Like his skin
is pretty translucent.
Yeah, so I think it's because his body's used to all the meat.
Sure.
He's not getting it.
Not
so
getting the iron.
Yeah, you got to have the iron.
But I love the scene in which he attacks, and I think it's so visceral and exciting. And then he grabs the switchblade and walks quietly out of frame. And who's to say what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Like, right.
They leave that to our imagination.
For a while.
Yeah. And I will say, Philip, for a guy who doesn't like that stuff, I probably wouldn't have liked it back in...
When you're 12, 13, 14.
Sure. Or even 20. Now I was like, okay, well, I've seen enough now. And they hold back a little bit.
I love the white and the blood on his white jumpsuit, so there is like a sense of like violence has happened, sure. But we don't
see it all.
Yes.
So I do kind of like that.
Short-lived.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
This little reprieve is short-lived.
And obviously the cops, the SWAT, they're all alerted of something to do with the elevator.
Yeah, well, they're seeing it go up. Like, no one went up. Why is it going down? Anything that's happening, we are in the same page as the cops in this. And so when they're looking at the elevator, they're like, well, what's going on? We have a sense of what happened, but we don't yet know, right? And I think that's exciting. And certainly when they're coming into the room, that is such a jarring, incredible image, I think. And the cops run into as they enter the sort of ballroom
and see Napier.
Yeah.
Oh my God, gutted
like an archangel, like over the thing and going from the close up all the way out. Like
it's gross.
It's disgusting in a
magical way,
like in a beautiful way,
breathtaking.
A little bit.
I question it logistically.
Of course,
I have Phil. It's my job here.
Absolutely,
I am the humbler.
Yes,
I got to keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Regardless, Napier's up there now.
That's right. Police system.
Can't undo that.
Nope.
There's the other guy.
Yes.
Which
Pembry.
Yeah, Phil. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Man down.
Yeah. I had curiosities.
Okay.
I had ideas.
Okay.
That something wasn't as it seemed.
Okay. At this point?
At this point.
Okay.
There's a shot of the other cop on the ground.
Yes.
I don't know. Something didn't sit well.
Everything's a choice.
Yeah.
So you're like, why am I seeing this guy?
Exactly. Why am I seeing this guy?
Sure.
It's at that point that something isn't as it seems.
So when the guy says he's alive, you have a suspicion or you're just curious?
It's just something.
Okay.
And then we find out very quickly what it is.
Well,
sorry, I shouldn't say quickly.
Not that quickly, which I love because they do a fairly good job, I think, of masking masking what happened and the misdirection when they're in the elevator and now they've got the white jumpsuit on the top. They fire the lone gun into the leg. Nothing response.
Happens. He's dead, clearly.
What I really love is that they talk about how he's got a pulse. He's got, and that's a callback to he ate this woman's liver and kept his pulse at 85 beats a minute, right? So the implication is he knows how to do this.
Oh, he's very good.
So when it's revealed, it's not like bullshit, Deus Ex Machina, just plot contrivance, make it happen, right? They've set it up at the beginning of the movie that he can do this. And what he does is fucking great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch of the skin. Like the ability for him to carve off the skin and basically put it on his face.
Yeah.
That is talent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, Phil, I'm not going to say contrivance.
No,
I'm not saying it. I've already said it.
Yeah, but it's wrong.
And I didn't have any real issues. But the reveal of it in the ambulance.
It's incredible. You have to give me that.
It's very good.
I think it's perfect. It's so good.
The scene itself is well done. The makeup of it is incredibly gross.
Sure. Yeah, in the best ways.
And that whole misdirection gave me just enough to wonder about something without knowing what it was.
Totally.
And then they execute it, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well played.
It's phenomenal. And what I also like is that it sort of follows up with Clarice's complete ambivalence to it. Which is to say that she's warned. Now he's out. He's going to come here, and she's like, no,
Yeah, she's fine. She's not worried.
It wouldn't be polite, as she says. Like that's that relationship, which I think is why these characters I think are so interesting, especially even 30 years later. Is that there's a comfort in this dynamic that is off, considering what we just watched happen. He gutted and ate someone's insides, hung them up, and then cut someone's face off and wore that out into the free world. And she's like, I'm safe. I'm good.
A little bit of it's a false sense of comfort, though.
Okay.
I think she has a right to feel that way. But at the same time,
should be a little worried.
Well, it's just, just still, he's still that monster.
Sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, at the time, they certainly didn't anticipate a sequel. So who's to say? But I really like it just as a character choice for her to be so nonchalant about it.
Correct. That's the right choice to make.
And
ultimately.
how she's like, it's not polite. And just the idea that would even factor in. Like, that's the thing, right? But she is still on the case. She's still doggedly on the case. She has the case file that he gave her.
Yeah.
So while he is effectively out of the movie now,
yes,
the case now pivots to Clarice is on her own.
Well, she has a friend.
Sure, but principally is on her own to solve the case with the case file that was given.
Everything is in there.
And everything's in there, and now she gets to be detective, and where she's kind of rising through the ranks in a short time frame to actually put together what is going on. And the way in which that plays out, I think, is fantastic. She's now on a lead. It's all about the leads, as you know.
It's all about the leads because she's talking to a fellow coworker.
Yeah, FBI agent.
And one thing that Hannibal mentioned was that Buffalo Bill was desperately random. And Clarice is like, well, the computer would have, picked up on it.
Of course.
Sure.
Computers, even in 92.
Yeah.
91.
100%.
Yeah.
But this basically has her going back to ground zero, like we're the first victim.
Yep.
And it's all about that covet.
Yep.
So if you don't know what coveting means,
you're lost.
You're going to struggle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that happened to me, but this leads to the small town. I believe it's called Belvedere.
Could be.
Ohio?
Yeah. I'll take it. I don't know. I won't argue.
All right, good. And she goes to the home of the first victim.
That's right.
Just to check it out.
Yeah, and she kind of discovers that there was maybe a secretive affair, that she was taking some photos.
Yeah.
She was a big girl, as he says earlier.
Size 14, I imagine.
That's right. So we get a sense that there was a relationship built in this little town. It's a little weird, but sees the sewing. That's the thing that sort of tips her off.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I love it.
Okay.
It feels like the culmination of a story we've been telling as opposed to random finishing of a chapter that we never started.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel contrived.
No, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think Crawford should be following the lead that he's following, though.
Oh, no? Louis Friend?
I think it's pretty obvious that that's not right.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I just think it's too obvious that they're being misdirected.
Sure.
However,
you think he's better than that?
Yeah, I do think Crawford's better than that. However, the cut where they ring on the doorbell, they're about to raid what they think is the killer's home.
Sure.
And they cut to her.
It's phenomenal.
That is good.
It's phenomenal.
That is good.
It's an incredible way to end the movie. And we know that because in the scene prior, he says, don't worry about it. We've got the guy. And we see the photo is not the guy.
Yes, exactly. If I'm Buffalo Bill, I'm not answering the door. I don't answer the door at all anymore because it's usually telemarketers, door-to-door salespeople.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not a people person.
I can't say no.
Oh.
So if you're coming around with charitable donations,
sure.
I gave money to a charity for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I finally cut it off, and it was a pain in the butt to do so.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I
give away that money?
I wrote a strongly worded email. You'd be very proud of it.
Yeah.
And I actually eventually got a response, and we'll take care of it.
Okay.
I had to cancel my credit card.
That's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was because they weren't responding, and they weren't. I was calling them, leaving messages, so I just don't answer the door anymore.
I bought meats.
Meat?
Someone showed up at a house.
You bought meat?
Someone showed up at a house, and it was like a subscription for meats or something, and I also cannot say no.
Did he look like Hannibal Lecter?
No, just like this looked like a high school, college, like young kid with like, hey, we're just new in town, we're starting up this shop, and we'll send you cuts of lamb or cuts of brisket or whatever else.
You bought strange meat.
I bought like the subscription for it.
Okay.
My girlfriend basically just ran out and said like, you know what? No, we're not doing that.
Oh.
But I was so like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
I guess so.
I like meat.
I like meats.
Yeah.
And you look like a good kid.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
Just take the skin off.
$20 a month, whatever. You know,
Right.
and anyway, so we did fix that. But we have Catherine kind of trying to deal with Precious with the bone, trying to lure her in, which I kind of like. But it does.
Trying to get a hostage.
Yeah, exactly.
Or eat the dog.
That's right.
Because she's probably hungry.
Yeah, totally. What else is happening at this point is we see Buffalo Bill in his sort of full regalia.
You look like a guy out of the Poison band.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Vince
Rock it
Neil, Bret Michaels, absolutely.
To me, you look like a normal guy.
Sure.
From the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
90s,
From the 90s, yeah. A little hairspray, a little this, a little that.
Rocking out.
Yeah. Now, I suppose the question is, would you fuck him?
I don't know. It depends on my mood.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
But he clearly has identity issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
which
this
is
is his
obviously-
full transformation we're watching it,
Yeah.
you know, or at least maybe not full because he wants to wear this.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
Yeah. I think it's a great scene. It's a great moment because it's really like chilling, right? You're really like, who is this guy? Right? We've only heard and seen little glimpses here and there, right? We haven't really spent a ton of time
not a lot
with
of
him.
character depth with
Not
him.
with him, no, to be fair.
And he kind of finishes off the scene with Mr. Winky, I guess. would
yeah, I
be-
mean he pulls an einhorn.
Yeah, he does pull an einhorn.
Absolutely.
You ever do that?
No, you know, maybe once or twice.
Nothing to be ashamed about, buddy.
Maybe once or twice.
Didn't Tom? What's his name?
Tommy Lee and Pam,
Hey.
absolutely. Tommy Lee can do
Tommy
it.
Lee did it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean-
It's a cool moment. It's sort of arms outstretched there, not unlike Mr. Napier.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. But alive at this point.
That's right. But yeah, so Clarice is still kind of busting, working the shoe letter in the neighborhood, trying to find out who the guy
Asking
is.
some friends and family and what have you, and
That's right. We're going from the intercutting between the doorbells at both apartments or both houses. It's brilliantly edited, brilliantly conceived, and constructed. And then when we realize, oh shit, there is no backup, and how Crawford at that point goes, Clarice, like he recognizes that she is alone and
with the bad guy.
with the bad guy. What are your thoughts on how this culminates?
I'm assuming at this point, I didn't pick it up at the beginning of the movie, but when she was doing some FBI training
Mhm.
and she was quote unquote killed
Yeah.
because she didn't
Didn't
check
look in the corners.
Didn't look in the corners.
Yeah.
I figured now at this point that's foreshadowing
Mhm.
to her cat and mouse session here.
Sure. Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say
yeah.
if I can call it that.
Please.
She locates the senator's daughter,
Yeah.
and she's not very thankful that she's been found. Calls her
no, she's kind of pretty
calls her a
pissed off.
bitch.
Yeah.
But fair enough.
she's
In
gone
a-
through some stuff.
in a bind there. But now we're just trying to locate Buffalo Bill, who we know has a gun.
Yes.
We know he's got it. It was sitting on the stove. The camera made sure we knew it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she knows it's him because of the butterfly.
Yeah, at this point, it's clear
It's
that
all
this
revealed.
is 100%.
This is it.
Yes.
And I love the callback to the infrared.
Isn't it? Good.
He shuts down the power.
Fucking genius.
That's what you do.
That's
That's what you
smart.
do in
Yep.
that situation. And this, thematically, is one of the highlights of the film.
Yeah.
Watching her through the infrared, and she's in pitch black,
Yeah.
is really good.
How terrified she is.
Oh, my
how
God.
uncomfortable she is. How reticent she is. How
Yes.
lost she is. 100%.
Yeah, she plays this really, really, really well.
Yeah. I think it's incredible.
A lot of great camera shots in this movie. I
Yes.
joked about a lot of close-ups, and again, that was somebody on the internet that mentioned that.
Fucking idiot.
But here with the close-ups of him wearing the infrared, like this is good filmmaking.
Yeah.
This is why this wins an Oscar for direction,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's also great the moment that kind of tips him off because we have his POV. He's reaching out and he's kind of messing with her, but
Yeah.
also I think he's captivated. Like he touches her hair, and that is fucking chilling to me. Like to recognize that he could get a couple of inches away from
Yeah.
her face or from her hair,
Mm-hmm.
and she has no idea. That is very, very creepy.
I wonder how many takes this took.
It's a good question.
I don't know. We always
Tough
wonder
to
that.
say.
All in one. Got it all in one take.
That's right. It's an incredible 10-minute showcase of not only filmmaking but performance. And, all's well that ends well. Ultimately, Catherine is saved. Buffalo Bill is dead. And Crawford and Clarice, they kind of get to share a moment.
Did you think Crawford wants to sleep with her?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So does everybody.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Except for Bulldog.
All right.
He's not interested.
Yeah. Are you satisfied? I mean, you like this movie, obviously.
I love it.
But you like it from A to Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not anything wrong with it. There are things that may not be as great as they could be or whatever else you can maybe scrutinize, but ultimately, it's as good as it gets when it comes to it. There's nothing in this movie that I think is poorly conceived, poorly written, poorly directed, poorly performed. There's nothing in it that sticks out as being mediocre. Everybody's doing great work. And it has ultimately one of my favorite endings, certainly one of my favorite last lines in a movie ever.
Yeah. I think it's a really good cake.
It's a nice cake.
Really nice
iced.
cake. Yeah. Like, I want that cake.
I believe you do.
Yeah. But obviously...
Looks like you may have already had it, actually.
What you're kind of getting to the fact that is Hannibal is still alive.
Yes.
She gets a phone call.
Yep.
We know it's him.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And then we see him in another country
Yep.
with an amazing wig.
So good.
Like, I love his outfit. I love his look.
Yep.
And Chilton getting off a plane.
Yeah. Yep.
And Hannibal can't chat too much longer on the phone because he's having an old friend for dinner.
Yep. Classic, clever.
Not over for dinner.
No, not under for dinner. Not
for dinner.
Just an old friend for dinner.
Old friend for dinner.
Yeah, as we watch Chilton obnoxiously get off the small plane with his fishing rod and suitcase.
Is he trying to get away?
Lecter?
No, Chilton.
Oh, trying to get away from
him.
I don't think so.
If you watch that last scene, you see Chilton constantly looking around as if he's paranoid.
Oh. Maybe he...
I think he's on the run.
Interesting.
He's afraid after all the things he did to Hannibal with the gospel.
Yeah, sure.
And
so he thinks that Hannibal's still in Nashville, and he's saying, I got to go south to get away from him.
Yeah.
And Lecter's already waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I don't know. I can dig
Could
too.
be.
You know? I
Could
can
be.
dig too. It's a great way to end a movie.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to end a movie, I think. I just love so much about it. And I don't watch this movie a lot, so it's a nice reminder to me how good this movie is, because for whatever reason, it's just not one that's always on my mind, and I don't watch it all that often. I got the 4K from Criterion, and that was a thing. So I'm happy for that, and I kind of got into it at that point, but that was years ago now, right? So it's a nice reminder. What's your final thoughts on the movie?
I think overall it's a good film.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you like this genre,
mm-hmm.
I think it delivers on almost every level
mm-hmm.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
The performances are out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Strongest asset to the film. I think the directing is really well done.
Yeah.
They maximize the scenes the best they can. They don't leave anything on the table. I do have a couple issues with, plotting.
Pens and whatnot.
Yeah, with a pen. I have an issue with the pen. I wonder if it writes upside down.
Sure.
I'm curious to know
astronaut pen.
that. But I'm willing to overlook that because I'm a reasonable man, Philip. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I think watching this movie 30 years later says, okay, this is a good film. I enjoyed this film. Is it 5 Oscars? I think it was really well marketed.
Okay.
When it came out.
Sure.
Everybody knew about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good movie, but I just don't think it's a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's a good, solid film within the genre that it's doing.
All right.
And I'm glad I have watched it.
Sure.
I would probably maybe watch it one more time.
Mm.
It does mildly make me curious to see what the sequel is about.
Okay.
Hannibal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it does leave it open. He's still out, right? So there's a story there. I have reservations because I know how sequels do. And this was like a really big film when it came out. Big shoes to fill.
Totally.
So
Ridley Scott directed, and Ray Liotta comes in.
Okay.
And Julianne Moore comes in to play Clarice. Jodie Foster does not return.
Oh, I don't like that.
So that might be a deterrent, if you will.
Just do a different character at that point.
Yeah, some of the creative team decided, why? We're not doing this. Lecter, however, Anthony Hopkins was happy to take the check.
Interesting. All right, then. I'll read up on it.
Please do. As I said, I've said throughout the movie, this movie it's incredible. It's so good. I think it deserves all the Oscars it won. Probably could have won a few more and deserved it. I remembered the movie, but I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, even though I kind of knew that it was
I was going to ask you that.
Movie,
What did you enjoy as much this time as before?
Yeah, 100%.
Has it lost anything
I think
at
it's
all?
actually more, right? Because as a
okay.
kid, I'm interested in certain things.
But what about when you watch it when you're like in your 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, every time I'm surprised by how good it is.
Okay.
And what ends up happening is the more I watch movies or the more I kind of study them or care about them or whatever else, then it becomes the craft becomes the thing that I focus on.
There's always something you can sink your teeth into.
I think so. And then when you get a piece like this where everything is working at such high levels that you can look anywhere on the frame, any performance, any look in an eye, anything, and you're like, I'm locked. Like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So the movie itself isn't necessarily perfect, but everything within it, all the components are so high quality that it becomes a joy to watch. And that's how I felt watching it. I was like, this is a joy for me. And it's been a joy to chat about it for the last little while here. So thank you, listeners. I hope you felt some of that joy come through. Please join us on the Facebook page. Of course, like the podcast, rate it 5 stars in your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. And most importantly, share the podcast with any friends and neighbors, anybody with or without a pen in their hand. Please don't feel like you're in a straitjacket. Find them and get them on board. Thanks so much, folks.